Rihanna is no stranger to the spotlight. From dominating the music charts to running her own fashion empire with Fenty, she's proven time and time again that she's a force to be reckoned with. But even the most iconic superstars have their moments of imperfection. And sometimes those moments turn into something even bigger, like a reminder of why fans love them. Enter Rihanna's Catwalk disaster. It was the night of her highly anticipated fashion show where she was set to showcase her newest collection for Fenty. The audience was buzzing with excitement. The models were strutting confidently down the runway, and Rihanna herself was ready to see her designs shine in the spotlight. But as she stepped onto the catwalk to join her models for the grand finale, disaster struck. In a moment that no one saw coming, Rihanna tripped and fell, right in the middle of her own runway. What was supposed to be the perfect ending to a flawless show quickly turned into a moment of pure chaos. But of course, it wouldn't be Rihanna if she didn't handle the situation with grace, humor, and her signature resilience. Let's dive into the story of Rihanna's unforgettable catwalk disaster and how she turned an embarrassing moment into one of the most inspiring, funny, and memorable moments of her career. The anticipation. The day of Rihanna's fashion show was electric. Fashion insiders, celebrities, and fans filled the venue, eagerly awaiting the debut of her latest collection. The atmosphere was charged with excitement as the lights dimmed and the first models strutted down the runway, showcasing Rihanna's stunning designs. The crowd was loving it. Every look was met with cheers and applause. But there was one moment everyone was waiting for: Rihanna's big entrance. The designer herself was set to take the stage after the models had completed their walk. As the final model disappeared backstage, the spotlight turned to the entrance. The music switched to something dramatic and upbeat, and the audience collectively held its breath. Rihanna, the star of the show, was about to make her grand entrance. She stepped out onto the runway, dressed in a stunning outfit from her own collection, looking every bit the fashion icon. The audience erupted in applause, thrilled to see Rihanna walk the runway herself. But as she took her first step, something went wrong. The trip and fall. Rihanna had just taken a confident stride when, bam, she tripped on the hem of her own design. It happened in slow motion, with the audience gasping in surprise. One moment, Rihanna was strutting down the runway. The next, she was sprawled on the floor, her legs tangled in her own outfit. The room went completely silent for a split second. It felt like time had stopped. But what happened next took everyone by surprise. Rihanna quickly jumped back up, laughing at herself. "You okay?" she said, flashing a huge smile to the audience as she steadied herself. "I guess even I can't walk in my own designs." The audience burst into laughter and applause. Rihanna, always the professional, wasn't fazed by the fall. Instead of being embarrassed, she embraced the moment, turning it into part of the show. She struck a dramatic pose, one hand on her hip, and gave a playful wink to the crowd. "Don't worry, I'm good," Rihanna joked, and the crowd cheered even louder, turning it into a show. What was supposed to be an embarrassing fall had now become the highlight of the night. Rihanna was no stranger to the spotlight, and she knew exactly how to handle the situation. She had just turned what could have been a disastrous moment into an unforgettable one that showed her fans exactly what she was made of: strength, confidence, and a sense of humor. As Rihanna continued down the runway, she owned the moment. Every step she took was a little more exaggerated, a little more playful. She was giving the crowd a show they would never forget. The audience, who had been so captivated by her designs, now had a whole new reason to cheer for her: her resilience. Rihanna's slip didn't just prove her confidence in the face of adversity, it highlighted her relatability. Even the most polished, glamorous stars have their clumsy moments, but it's how they handle those moments that makes them unforgettable. And Rihanna had just shown the world how to do it with style and grace. Before we dive into the aftermath of Rihanna's catwalk disaster, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're loving the story of Rihanna's unforgettable fashion show, Stick around for more celebrity moments, inspiring stories, and behind-the-scenes laughs. You won't want to miss what happens next. As expected, the internet didn't let Rihanna's fall go unnoticed. Within minutes, memes and GIFs started flooding Twitter and Instagram. Fans couldn't get enough of the moment, and it quickly became one of the most talked about events of the fashion season. But Rihanna wasn't bothered in the slightest. She jumped in on the fun, posting a meme of her own on Instagram, laughing at the situation. When you try to slay, but the runway slays you first, she captioned the post, followed by laughing emojis. Her fans went wild, sharing the post and applauding her for embracing the moment. Even some of her celebrity friends joined in on the fun. "That's my girl," Beyoncé commented on Rihanna's post, sending a flood of supportive messages. Other stars like Kim Kardashian and Zendaya chimed in, calling it the most relatable moment of the night. The entire incident, which could have been embarrassing, was instead turned into a viral sensation. Rihanna's sense of humor and confidence shone through, and the world couldn't help but love her even more for it. Her fashion show was already a success, but the viral fall added an extra layer of authenticity to the evening. The aftermath and resilience. The next day, the fashion industry and the internet were still buzzing about Rihanna's show. But it wasn't just about her incredible designs anymore. It was about how she handled the fall, how she turned what could have been a moment of weakness into an act of resilience. In interviews afterward, Rihanna laughed about the incident. "I mean, I've had my fair share of clumsy moments," she admitted. "But I wasn't about to let a little stumble stop the show." If anything, it made it even more memorable. Her fans, many of whom had been following her journey for years, were even more impressed by her attitude. "That's what I love about Rihanna," one fan tweeted. "She's flawless, but she's not afraid to show her imperfections. She's real, and that's what makes her a legend, even in the face of a small mishap." Rihanna's ability to turn the situation into something positive showcased why she's not just a superstar. She's a role model. Rihanna's catwalk disaster may have started as an embarrassing moment, but it ended up being one of the most memorable moments of her career. She turned a simple trip and fall into an inspiring display of confidence, resilience, and humor. Instead of retreating in embarrassment, Rihanna embraced the moment and gave her fans something to cheer about. And while the fashion world will remember her incredible designs from that night, it's the image of Rihanna laughing at herself on the runway that truly captured the hearts of millions. Because sometimes it's not about being perfect, it's about how you handle the bumps in the road that makes you truly unforgettable. If you enjoyed Rihanna's unforgettable catwalk moment, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got more stories about your favorite celebrities and their real-life moments that will make you laugh, cry, and cheer. Stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes fun, and we'll see you in the next video.